Welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast, strategies that help entrepreneurs build reputable and profitable brands. Here's your host, Henry Kaminski Jr.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Henry Kaminski here from Unique Designz.net with another Brand Doctor Podcast episode. Today's topic of conversation is brand signaling and brand coding. So let me share with you a really cool sort of behind the scenes look at what's been going on in Unique Designz over the past 30 days. So I recently joined a mastermind group, and I've met some really, really interesting individuals inside of this mastermind group. It's a pretty high-level mastermind. There's only, there's a few hundred people in it, but a lot of rock stars. And between me and you, it's very hard to find brand consultants or people that really understand branding at the level that I do. And this individual happened to be in the mastermind group, and we just began to just chat on private message first, and then we started to talk a little bit more frequently. He started helping me with sort of my brand positioning and my brand tone and my brand strategy. And as we began the relationship, he started to talk about things that were pretty interesting, which made me raise my eyebrow. What do I mean by that? So when he explained to me where he got his claim to fame from, it was pretty intriguing. So the backstory to this guy is he took $500 in seed money, and within 1 year was able to build a $1 billion business with a B, which was pretty, I didn't know if I actually believed this or not because it sounds pretty crazy, but as I did my research on the guy, I realized that, holy crap, this guy was in Rolling Stone magazine, this guy was in Forbes, and he was featured as one of the folks. He got an award, I forget what it was called, but it was like top 50 people that were able to build a brand in this short amount of time at that rate and at that revenue. And as we continued our relationship, I realized that this guy really knows this stuff in branding. So I've labeled him my mystery mentor because he is super eccentric. He's super DL. So he doesn't want to be known. He stays under the radar. And he's been mentoring me over the past 30 days or so. And he's introduced me to some of his inner circle. And it's crazy because the more and more he's mentoring me, the bigger the shifts I'm seeing in my business. Like, for example, this month alone, it was one of my record-breaking months of all year. And I was like, wow, some of the stuff that I'm applying that he's telling me to do is actually working, right? So we had an interesting conversation yesterday where we jumped on a Skype call. And when we jumped on, he shared screens right away, and he pulled up a PowerPoint presentation, and on one of the slides, there was me in one of my videos as a screenshot. And he's showing me how he's breaking down the video composition in my videos. And he's saying to me how I should be paying attention to the details. I should be paying attention to my brand codes and my brand signaling. So I said, okay, continue. So he started to point out things inside of the video, inside of the screenshot, tiny, tiny things. For example, the chair that I sit in, the desk that I'm sitting at, the books that are behind my head, the corner of the monitor from my computer that was hanging over my right shoulder, right? And he was explaining how these are all either distractions or they're enhancers. So, for example, if you're sitting in a expensive chair, that showcases or subconsciously sends the signal of success. If you have a beautiful desk like I have with the leather inset, and the deep mahogany wood, again, another enhancer, another signal of success. Now, some of the things that weren't helping the video composition were the distractions. The little corner of the window that you can see, the window panel, right? You can see that inside of the composition of the video. Again, the section or the corner of my monitor from my computer hanging over my right shoulder. Some of the books that were on my shelf that were a little off and not in a very clean, set up manner, right? He said all of that is distraction. It makes the eye go all over the place, right? Where their eyes and attention should be focused on you. So the point of this brand signaling concept is, my question to you guys is, what kind of signals are you putting out into your market? Are they the right signals? Are you paying attention to the details that you should be paying attention to? And if not, why not? Right? Because everything matters. There was a couple weeks ago where I did a couple of videos in a row, and the mystery mentor saw them, and he said, "Dude, what are you doing with that shirt?" And I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You're not sitting on your coattails." And I said, "What does that have to do with anything?" He goes, "Dude, pay attention to the details. When you sit on your coattails, when you pull the back of your shirt down over your tush, and then you sit down, what does it do to the top of the shirt? It makes it more fitting." And he said, "You have broad shoulders. You have a very masculine chest. When you pull that shirt down, it makes everything look a lot more tight. And what does that look like? It showcases strength. It showcases confidence." Now, it didn't look silly, but what else did it help me with? It helped me with my posture, the way I actually sat on my chair. It had me in a more erect position, which what? Displays confidence. So again, these little brand signals mean everything. And paying attention to these details will absolutely make huge differences in the way your brand is perceived. So, hope you got some value out of this episode, guys. Pay attention to the little things and ask yourself, are my brand signals in line with my brand messaging, with my brand identity? So, hope you got some value out of this one, guys, and stay tuned for more Brand Doctor podcast episodes. And again, if you haven't already, do me a favor, leave a comment, leave a review, share this podcast with other friends and family or colleagues that may get value out of this as well. I'm trying to impact as many people as I can here, guys, and I won't be able to do it on my own. So, have an awesome day, and I'll check you later.
You've been listening to the Brand Doctor Podcast with Henry Kaminski Jr. To get your appointment with the doctor, visit Brand Audit at www.uniquedesignz.net.